Come with me on a field trip. I'm about to make my way to Bottom of the Bin, which is a creative reuse store here in my area in Tampa Bay. I live in Clearwater. There's a location down in Seminole. So we're going to go down there and get some creative things reused. Specifically, I went down a coloring rabbit hole last year and love doing color by numbers. Here's one of the books that I got of different designs. And my favorite books are those produced by Hachette Press. And I have about 10 different ones of these books. Love them so much. If you're not familiar with these, let me show you how they work. So I have had this rebound into spirals so that it's easier for me to work in the book. And this is my Smurfs one. And the way it works is it's color by number. So you see all these different spaces have letters and numbers. And then there's a key down at the bottom where you pick colors that match the color legend and then you fill it in. Now these are specifically what are called coloriages mystères. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that. This is French, but they're mystery color pieces because when you're looking at the blank page, you can't tell what it is, or sometimes you think you can tell what it is, but as you start to fill it in, it turns out to be something else. So here's one of the images I did last year. And isn't that beautiful? And for this, I have a certain type of markers and pens that I used. But I went down a pen and marker rabbit hole. In that last summer, I ended up purchasing so many different kinds of markers and pens because I was having so much fun using them and playing with them and testing them out. But it is now a year later since I started coloring, and even though I haven't colored in a while, I have picked it back up because I now have a better light. I have a ring light, and I color underneath that, and it's wonderful. It makes it so much easier for me to see. But I have learned some things about my preferences, and there is one brand of acrylic gel pen that I love, and one brand of acrylic paint markers that I love. So I'm going to take all these others to a creative reuse center and give them back to the community. If you're curious about what they are, this set is Grabby. These were dual tip, dual tone acrylic paint markers. I like them. Okay. This was Tule Art. I ended up purchasing several sets of Tule Art acrylic paint markers, and I like these too. These are more acrylic paint markers. I think these were also from Grabby. These are a set of acrylic paint pens that are from Guagna. They were known for their markers, and last year they came out with these pens. So I picked these up to see how I like them. This is a set of acrylic paint markers from Grasp, which I did like those too. I have this brand new set of Languo acrylic markers, have 240s colors. I originally had purchased 126, but when they came out with the 240, of course I had to have it. And then there are these Nice-T acrylic paint markers, a set of 180. So these are all the ones that I'm not keeping because I know I have different preferences now. Yeah, I had a lot of markers, close to 1,300 in total between the pens and the markers, both what you see here that I'm giving away, plus what I have that I am keeping. But let's take them down to the Bottom of the Bin and see how this goes. I've never been to this store before. All right, so I ended up with 3 bags of markers and pens, and there goes the store. So let's see how this turns out. All right, first of all, when you walk in, they have this section, fill it bag for $5. So you grab a bag, and then they have all these bins that you can pull things from, and then have fun filling up your bag with what you want. And I'll do a quick scan of the store. Look at all these craft goodies. Oh my goodness gracious. Gonna have fun going through those. And I found a section of the store that I think I'm doing the most damage in. Planners. We have planner supplies, paper embellishment, die cuts, photos, chipboards, look, tags, labels, foam stickers, corners and frames, eyelets and brows, rub-ons. Y'all look at the stickers. They have rows of stickers. And then there's napkins and paper crafting stuff, and then stencils. It just goes on and on down the row. Look at that. And I have finished my shopping. I actually got some really cool stuff. I'll do a haul video later. So bye right now to Bottom of the Bin. I will definitely come back and I'll show y'all what I got. But for right now, next door is a thrift store. So you know we have to go there. This is the Fluff Thrift Shop. Proceeds benefit their animal rescue organization. So I have been here a couple times before, and they have a great book section that I'm going to go explore. They do have a very nice arts and crafts section. This is the outside, and then over here we have jewelry that leads back into a little corner, and it's a whole corner of different arts and crafts and paper things. And this is their book room. Y'all, I could spend so much time in here. It's always fun to go digging through here and see what they have. And look, I walked in, the first thing I see is a mouse pad. I've been wanting a new mouse pad. So this one I think is coming home with me. Okay, this is too funny. I pulled this book off the shelf. This is for Campbell County, Tennessee. So I do a lot of genealogy research, and I lived in Tennessee for 20 years. I have done research in Campbell County for a friend of mine, and I know this book, and I know her family members are in this book. So this is a flash from the past. Oh my goodness, how fun. And their books are very well priced. Paperbacks are $1, hardbacks are $2. Some have other prices on them, but overall, pretty reasonable. And my favorite section of the books, the children's books. They do have a whole shelf full of children's books, some children's magazines, and then look at all the games. It can be so much fun to think about how to creatively use games in our junk journaling, and they have a ton of them. They also have quite a bit of physical media, so I'll be taking a look through the DVDs and the VHS tapes as well. In fact, my June junk journal uses a VHS cover or DVD cover. You'll see that in just a couple days from now. And then they also have CDs. So time for me to explore. $10 later, I have lots of goodies, and I can't wait to show you all. Happy crafting. There will be a haul video later.